still on the beach on a summer holiday at the end of September. Okay, I came back on the 1st of October, and I was like, okay, now we can do fall or autumn. If my boyfriend would hear me say fall. Anyway. Yeah, so, yeah, we're doing this now. Like, to me, fall is still, we're getting the Christmas mood. I mean, that's literally what it is, isn't it? September, November, October, November. Anyway, I'm sure I'll make it through this slightly delulu fall TBR, and that's what I'm going to show you today, the books I want to read this fall. And now that I've noticed that fall isn't that long anymore, you know, we might be extending this into Christmas a little bit. So, to me, right, like, summer is for cozy and cute little romances. It's perfect. And winter for me, winter and autumn, fall, is my, like, fantasy time. It's where I want to be cozy, it's where I want to be cute, I want to be swept up into different worlds. I don't want to be cold at home in like a snow puddle. I want to be wherever these people are. I want to be somewhere else. And I just like love, it's like my essence, I think, is being cozy on the couch and reading a book, playing some lo-fi on the TV. I like peak. People sometimes ask me what my favourite seasons are, and my favourite season is definitely spring and fall. I like hate the extremes. Like, I hate that it's like super hot in summer, and I hate that it's like super cold in winter. So I don't know, I love spring and fall. And like fall, I'm like always so excited for fall. I want to have like a Gilmore Girl fall this fall. So here we are. Anyway, this TBR, there's a lot of books in this TBR. If you saw the profile, the thumbnail, and you were like, girl, no way, just like, let me tell you that for 2 books that are on this TBR, there's a whole entire multiple book series behind them that are more or less like entirely on the TBR. So, you know, but I don't know, I love lost my words there. I love the delulu life. I am ready for fantasy girl fall, and like, I'm a really big mood reader, so I tend to not finish my TBRs if I don't put enough on there, so I still have a bit of a selection. And listen, we need to talk about another topic real quick, and that is the insanely huge stack of books behind me here. It's gonna disappear. It's gonna break my heart, but it's gonna disappear. So you've seen my last book haul, hopefully, I'm sure. If not, you know, go watch. But I got an insane amount of new books, and I would not possibly be able to fit this on this windowsill anymore. There's 1, 2, and like literally a third tiny pile right now, and I cannot do like 4 towers of books on this windowsill, especially because it's getting kind of cold and the windows are a little like watery in the morning, so I'm a little scared it's going to be too moist for the books there over winter. So I've decided I want to read at my bookshelf anyway. I'm going to get these books away. This is probably the last video you're going to see them in the background, but the thing I was thinking is I'm going to start putting my monthly or like seasonal TBR on there. So there will be some books, it just won't be this like 3, like a meter high 3 book stacks. I don't know, it kind of feels weird to me to move unread books into my bookshelf, but we gotta do what we gotta do, and I can do hard things, and the stuff, like, it needs to go. We need some sun at my desk, so yeah, I will like put up the TBR thing, because it'll be like cute and are just not economically feasible anymore. But I say, like, let's get into this. Unhinged. It's really unhinged. It's also really delulu, because no way I'm gonna read that many books. Like, I always scrap around reading 10 to 12 books a month, and then I have like 2-3 extra audiobooks, but as these are obviously not audiobooks, I can only read like, maybe actually it's actually not too big of a stretch, just this stack and a little bit of this stack I could do in 1 month if I'd actually like only read that. Maybe I can finish it. What are you guys betting? Like, I don't know. Anyway, let's get started. If you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'd love you to join that fam. And you can always come and be my friend on Goodreads, and you'll see firsthand and rhythm moment where I'm progressing with on this full TBR. But okay, the first 2 books, and I feel like this is the most obvious that it has to be on everyone's full TBR, is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore. Now I've got this for my advent calendar for my boyfriend last year, and I was waiting. I've been waiting for fall for an entire year so I could finally pick up this book. So I think these are kind of like small town fall themed romances. The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore has like kind of like a mystical like hunt aspect to it. I don't know like too much about this pumpkin spice latte. Okay, I think it's like grumpy and happy and stuff. But yeah, these books are so cute and so like full coded. Like they're really like Gilmore Girls coded, and I love that the last name of this girl is Gilmore. It's just like, I imagine the series to be in Stars Hollow. Also, like, to add to my cutesy little fall, I've never watched the Gilmore Girls before, but I started watching them like this fall, and it's like an enlightening experience. It's like I'm really living like my absolute best fall life here, okay? But yeah, these 2 books, I'm literally, I think my boyfriend is never going to get me another book ever again if I don't read this fall, because I've been telling him that I read it next fall, okay, this fall now, so I'm gonna have to come through. But I will say I'm really excited for these, so I should be fine. Okay, the next book is kind of like in the realm of things, and this has been on my TBR for entirely too long, and that is Belladonna by Adalyn. Now, so many people love this book, and I've heard so much about it already, yeah. And I think this fall is going to be the perfect time to pick this up. This is a trilogy, but you know, I need to see how fast and I'm gonna like it. I do have the second book though, but nothing more yet. And I'm like really excited. Like if I think of fall, like this is one of the top picks. I like had to immediately put on here. I was like 100% on this one to immediately go on this TBR. So I have like no idea what this is actually about. I just know that I wanted to read it. I'll read the blurb. Orphaned as a child, Signa Pharaoh has been raised by a string of guardians, each more interested in her wealth As claiming she was poisoned, Signa realizes the Hawthorns could be in grave danger. Enlists the help of a Sarah Lee stable boy to hunt down the killer, but Signa's best chance of uncovering the murder is an alliance with Death himself, and as the mystery unfurls, Signa realizes their growing connection may be more irresistible than she dared to imagine. Now, you know, like, it just feels cozy and dark and perfect for my fall mood. The German weather also has like really been like holding up its part. It's been so gloomy and rainy, and the leaves are starting to fall. Like, I'm having a great time. I do have to say I need to go to TJ and pick up some more candles, because like this candle like burning here is one of the last ones that's not like burnt to the stumps. So maybe we got another candle haul soon, but I don't want to promise it too much. Now, next on my fall TBR is the Ruby Creek series by Elsie Silver. Oh, the Gold Rush Ranch. It's called Gold Rush Ranch. Sorry. These are currently getting re-released as these paperbacks, and I got one coming in November and I got one coming in December, which is the third and the fourth book. So I kind of feel like I'm getting more and more throughout this fall, and I love Elsie Silver, and this is her first series. I still actually need to finish Chestnut Springs, but I'm kind of like torn if I want to have that on my immediate TBR or not, because I had just read 2 Elsie Silvers, and my heart is like kind of with the Chestnut Springs series, so I'm like really scared if I read them too quickly, I'm gonna have to wait too long to have another Elsie Silver pick up. So I don't know, and they're kind of like perfect for spring as well, so I don't know, I kind of want to wait, but these ones feel a little bit more fall vibe to me because it's more with like horses and stuff, so I don't know, this might be weird. But yeah, so we got the first one, which is Off to the Races, and the second one, which is a photo finish, and I'll read you the blurbs. She's talented, feisty, and so damn tempting. We clash from the moment we met, and I can't stop thinking about all the ways I could take her down a peg. I can't stop thinking about her, period. And in a small town on an even smaller farm, it's hard to keep my distance. Billy is the whole package, whip smart with a body I fantasize about, and quite possibly the only woman who can save this business, and me. She drives me crazy, but the more time we spend together, the more I crave her. Her lips, her trust, her heart, I want it all. But at what cost? Because suddenly I don't just want to win the race, I want to win the girl. And then we got a photo finish, which is a little bit shorter, and it actually follows the story of Violet Eaton, who is, I'm pretty sure, and I need to fact check this because I'm not 100, but is one of the Eaton siblings who's been like always married. Like when she appears in Chestnut Springs, she's married. So I think this is just like her origin story and how the marriage came together. So I met Violet Eaton online. What happened between us in our chats was meant to stay anonymous and in the past, until it didn't. In a small world, but Ruby Creek is even smaller. When I move to the tiny town, the grumpy facade I've created slips when Violet and I are forced to live under the same roof. Every time her eyes flare with heat, the ice I've encased myself in melts. She has me wanting things I can't want, things I don't deserve, but my invisible wounds have the power to ruin us both. As a former soldier, I should have the discipline to walk away, but the more I open up to Violet, the more I want to keep her. I came back from war a different man, but my scars are older and deeper than anyone knows, and I plan to keep that. I plan to keep my secrets hidden until her. And these re-releases come some on TBR as well, and I didn't get to read it. And that is Heart of Night and Fire by Nisha J. I'm a huge fan of another series by Nisha J, of the Trials by the Sun Queen series, and I've been really wanting to read this book. Now, I was under the impression that this is a duology, but I just recently, like I think yesterday, saw that the third book just came out, and I was like, that third book? What? So yeah, this is apparently not a duology, but a trilogy, or maybe more. So yeah, I don't know, it just made me wanna read this again. And I don't know, Nisha J. Tuli's writing is really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And as I said, fantasy picks for winter, so and it's fine. For years, Soraya has been trapped in a gilded prison. Her magic is forbidden, a dangerous secret, though nobody will explain why. Now she's ready to break free and find the truth. Escaping the dazzling city of Dorati, Soraya discovers a new world of enchantment and intrigue. With the help of seductive, blood-drinking Rakshasa and magic weave-in Azeri sorceress, she searches for answers. But the city is under siege. Every night, dark creatures attack, and since Soraya's arrival, they are growing stronger. To protect her new home, Soraya joins the fight. As she battles on the walls and hunts down libraries for clues about her gifts, Soraya's dreams are haunted by the mysterious stranger. Powerful, arrogant, and handsome, Rabin sees through her secrets and ignites a desire she cannot resist. But can he be trusted? When darkness threatens to overwhelm Dorati, Soraya is faced with a deadly choice. While revealing her magic, save the city, or destroy everything she loves. And now this sounds like a plot I love. Oh, listen, the series is called The Nightfire Quartet. How was I under the impression this was a duology? I feel like a quartet is telling me this is 4 books. Like, sometimes I question my own intelligence, but it's okay. It's okay. I love when a series was fully published before I started, to be honest, but 3 books is good enough for me for now. Alright, and then I have some books that have been on my TBR entirely too long, and you're gonna kill me because they do have a bit of sun damage. I just see that from laying on my windowsill because they are like slightly yellow on top. Anyway, it's been that long since they've been laying on my windowsill, but I got Lightlark by Aster. Now, I wanted to read this book for so entirely long, and every time it comes to like me choosing a book, I just randomly don't go for it, but I find the plot to be really, really intriguing, and the third book is about to come out. It's like Night Bane or Nightshade or something, and I am actually really intrigued by this book. It sounds like a really, really, really great plot, but you know, sometimes I can't explain why I don't pick up certain books, or I haven't picked them up already. It's just, I'm such a big mood reader that sometimes I just don't get around to reading certain books, but I will. Okay, let's read this other blurb so we can all be excited together. Welcome to the Centennial. Every 100 years, the island of Lightlark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something tied. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler will die. To survive, either crown must lie, cheat, betray, even as love complicates everything. Now that just sounds like a fun time. But I don't care though, like I really don't care what happens to my books. I like drag them through the mud. I'm just here for the original aesthetics. But the next book I have on the TBR is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. And now I've got this last fall, and I wanted to read it last fall, and guess what I didn't read? This book. However, it is an amazing plot. I've had so many good things, and the fun thing is, one of my best friends also just picked this book up, and I was kind of thinking we can read it together. She's one of my uni friends, and we anyway need to study together this fall. So this kind of dark academia and kind of the perfect vibe of us to get into a cozy mood for studying. So I'm really hoping, this is gonna come through. But yeah, I got this gorgeous like hardcover edition, and it's really an incredibly cute like plot, and I was already excited to read this last year, and I have no idea how I never picked up. I'm just really random with reading my books sometimes. It's unbelievable. I need to start hold myself more accountable for my TBRs, I think. Anyway, Thea has always believed in fairy tales. She's had no choice. Since childhood, she's been haunted by visions of the fairy king. She's found solace only in the pages of Ungard, Emery's Midrin's beloved epic about a mortal girl who falls in love with the fairy king and then destroys him. Effie's tattered copy is all that's keeping her afloat during her first term at the prestigious Lyrian Architecture College. So when Murden's family announces a contest to redesign the late author's estate, Effie feels certain this is her destiny. But Meredith Manor is an impossible task, a musty, decrepit house on the brink of crumbling into a hungry sea, and when Effie arrives, someone else has already made a temporary home there. Preston Laurie, a stodgy young literature scholar, is determined to prove Effie's favourite author is a fraud. As the two rival students investigate the reclusive author's legacy, piercing together clues throughout his letters, books, and diaries, they discover that the house's foundation isn't the only thing that can't be trusted. Their dark forces, both mortal and magical, conspiring against them, and the truth may bring them both to ruin. Like, listen, like how good does that sound? And I haven't read it. But yeah, this on the TBR and really high. Alright, now this is I like hate myself for this shit, okay, but we've seen it in the book haul. I don't know, this fall fall themed ones like Cinnamon Bun Bookstore and Pumpkin Spice Cafe I will read like now, but the other like fantasies I think I can well bring into winter with me as well, so I think we should be fine. I might like recap where I am in the next like TBR video, but we'll see. Alright, but continuing, the next one is also a series, and this is equally as delusional, but okay, this is dumb. I have not read Game of Thrones Glass by Sarah J. Maas yet, at least not fully. I've read the first 2 books, and I started the third, but I never finished it, and I do not know why, because Crescent City and Akuta are like one of my favourite series. I reread Akuta in the beginning of the year. I'm currently rereading / listening to the dramatised audio for the first Crescent City, so I'm technically rereading it. And I still haven't even done Thrones Class, so it's kind of my TBR to continue where I've left off. I left off at Air of Fire. I feel like I still know enough about the first 2 books to not reread them. I think I might read Assassin's Blade before I start this, because a lot of people recommend to read it as a 3rd book, so that's what I might do, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see if I get around. I would really love to, but it's a hefty task, and I think that's kind of what put me off of it. But it's such a big series. So many books. But yeah, book 3 to book 7 I've not yet read. I think I will though. I'm hoping I will, because I've had the entire series for quite a while now, and I just like haven't picked it up. It's insane to me, because Sarah J. Maas is like one of my favourite authors, so I'm like equally as confused as you are to why I haven't picked this up yet. But let's continue. The next book I really want to pick up is a fairy loot that I have. I think the traditionally published copy has the same design, but yeah, I got the Sprite Edges hardcover fairy loot thingy. And this is the Hurricane Wars by Thea Guanzon. And I did also see that the next book, at least I've seen the cover, so I'm not sure if it's already out or still being promoted. But this was one of the first fairy loots I ever got, and I haven't read it. And it always sounded so intriguing to me, and I just have no idea why I didn't read it yet. So yeah, you all need to like read the books you're interested in, and not just like leave them on the shelves. I don't know what is going on in my brain, but I'll read the blurb though, because I think this would actually be a book you might want to add to your TBR as well if you haven't read it already. But yes, Taliesin was left on the steps of an Sardovian orphanage as a baby. All she's ever known is the Hurricane Wars, as her people fight for freedom from the tyranny of the Night Emperor Gaheris. But are they truly her people? Taliesin dreams of one day finding where she comes from, her family, and the source of the magic that flows through her veins like sunlight. Alaric of the House Orsinist, master of the Shadow-Forged Legion and Gaheris' only son and heir, has been honed into a weapon by his father. Tasked with obliterating the neighbouring Sardovian Allfold, Alaric focuses on only one goal: extinguish all threats to the Night Empire with his armies and his storm ships and his shadow magic. That is, until he sees Taliesin burning brightly on the battlefield with the same light magic that slew his grandfather, turned his father into a monster, and ignited the decade-long He tries and fails to kill her, something about her making him pause, allowing his now greatest enemy to slip through his fingers. But a new horror emerges from across the Abyssinia, one that promises to cause even more devastation than the Hurricane Wars. Only Taliesin and Alaric can stop it. Will these mortal foes be able to come together, or will they end up destroying each other and dooming their world in the process? Now, I will say, I love a good enemies to lovers, and, oh, this is, like, so random, but in fantasy books, I do enjoy if there is, like, a big war to be fought. I really enjoyed that in Akuta, and I think Thrones of Glass also has a, like, big war coming up, and so does the Sound of This. I mean, it's literally called Hurricane Wars. I don't know why, I just find that an interesting plot. I find that an interesting and really intriguing storyline. I like a lot of action in my fantasy books, so you know, I like plotting and scheming and fights in my fantasy books, so I'm hoping this is gonna give me all of that. Alrighty, now to the next book, and this is a little bit of a random story here. So again, if you've seen the book haul, you know that this is a new pickup of mine. This is An Education in Malice by S.T Gibson. This is kind of like a dark academia setting, and like really like spooky. I kind of feel like this is a spooky book. But I read the blurb. Deep in the forgotten hills of Massachusetts stands St. Perpetua's College. Isolated and ancient, it is not a place for timid girls. Here, secrets are currency, ambition is lifeblood, and strange ceremonies welcome students into the fold. On her first day of class, Laura Sheridan is thrust into an intense academic rivalry with a beautiful and enigmatic Camilla. Together, they are drawn into the confidence of their demanding poetry professor de la Fontaine, who holds their own dark obsession with Camilla. But as their rivalry blossoms into something far more delicious, Laura must confront her own strange hungers. Tangled in a sinister game of politics, bloodthirsty professors, and dark magic, Laura and Camilla must decide how much they're willing to sacrifice in their ruthless pursuit of knowledge. Now, I like really picked this up for like the dark academia vibes, because as I was saying, like dark academia is like I'm trying to read it with a specific goal in mind, to have myself be more motivated to study it and to like surround and immerse myself more in like a study-esque aesthetic. So that's why I originally picked this up. I thought the plot sounded really good as well, but that's what like initially drew me to the book. And then, funnily enough, I didn't even realize, okay, but S.T Gibson is also the author of Prelude I've read a little bit ago, and that I wasn't initially as like ecstatic about, but now I'm like, this needs to go into TBR because it really fits the vibe. And that is Evocation by S.T Gibson, obviously. And like, look at this, it looks really cool. I can truly not fully remember what this book is about. I think it was the YA book. I think I can find out on it. It might be the adult one. It is the adult pick of April 2024, and the theme was the occult. So I think this is a very spooky book. Maybe I need to read this right before Halloween. So, when a family curse threatens the life of David, a medium, he will turn into the only person he's ever trusted, his sorcerer's ex-boyfriend, Reese, which means he will have to open his heart to Moira, Reese, astrologer's wife. Meet David, Reese, and as they navigate magic-riddled Boston through hierarchical secret societies, familial bonds from beyond the grave, and much more in this gorgeous, richly imagined novel. So yeah, I think it's spooky, mysterious, and dark. Ooh, look at this character art. Very cute. So yeah, I randomly, on a whim, decided to put this on the TBR, and now I really think this is a great Halloween read. So I think I might pick this up right before Halloween. I'm just hoping you love the writing, because otherwise I'm never going to read an Education of Malice. Okay, but well, let's continue. This is another oldie that I've had on my shelf for quite a while, and this is what I was saying, like, this book is fine. There's no sun damage on it, even though it's been on the shelf or like on the book and the windowsill for the entire time with the other two. But yeah, we got Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerri Maniscalo. Now I think this is very witchy, and I've heard so many good things about this. Some of my favourite booktubers have talked very highly about this, and the thing is, I've been really intrigued by Throne of the Fallen, because, which is by the same author, because Kingdom of the Wicked is technically a YA fantasy series, and Throne of the Fallen is then a adult series. However, Kingdom of the Wicked is like the pre-series, and Throne of the Fallen, anyway, is set in the same world and relies on this as a backstory. And I kind of feel like I have to read this series before I am allowed to get a Throne of the Fallen. So I'm putting it on the TBR. It also seems to be like the vibe we're going for here. So it's like not too bad. Actually, it's kind of fitting really well right now. So the map for you, my loves. Two sisters, one murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself. Amelia and her twin sister Victoria are streaky witches who live secretly among humans, avoiding notice and persecution. Until one night, Victoria misses dinner service at the family-renowned Sicilian restaurant. Emilia soon finds the body of her beloved twin, desecrated beyond belief. Devastated, Emilia vows to seek vengeance at any cost, even if it means using dark magic that's been long forbidden. When Emilia meets Wrath, one of the wicked princes of hell she has been warned against since she was a child, Wrath claims to be on Emilia's side, tasked with solving the series of murders on the island. Now, that does sound really good. And I'm quite excited. Okay, and now another like really full book, like this needs to be read ASAP, is The Spellshop by Beth Durst. I did also show you this in my book haul. This is a new addition to the TBR. And this book follows Keela, who moves back into her hometown and starts a spell shop there. However, as far as I understood it, selling magic is forbidden in her world, and she's kind of like doing that anyway. But there's also like a hot neighbor, and I think this promises to be really cozy and magical and cute. Also, the cover design is just to die for. It is so pretty. that's on this TBR. And truth be told, this is kind of more as of a like genuinely like a full TBR. There's like other books that are like on my to be read technically that I want to read like soon. For example, The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I'm really excited. I want to read Diana Gray's Daydream, and I want to read Sophie Lark's books. I'm also in the middle of The Naturals, so I'm also trying to read that. But I don't know, I think like those ones I will also read soon, but like kind of intermixed with these books. However, these books are kind of like I really want to read these in this specific season, if you know what I mean. Like, I think those won't be the only books I'm gonna read, so we'll see. But I really desperately want to get around to reading these few books, so fingers crossed. But yeah, the last book that I picked out, and you know, another one that's been on this TBR for entirely too long, is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E Schwab. Now I have this cute little black edition. However, I've seen so many people have that super cute white with blue flower edition. I don't know if that's new or something, but I wish I have that. But I am not gonna buy this book twice and I'm not liking it, so we'll be reading first. But I think this is such a cute plot. I've heard so many good things, and like I just need to read it. No way around it. Okay. A life no one will remember, a story you will never forget. Never pray to the gods that answer after dark. France, 1914. In a moment of desperation, a young woman named Adeline meets a dangerous stranger and makes a terrible mistake. As she realizes the limitations of her Faustian bargain, being able to live forever without being able to be remembered by anyone she sees, Addie chooses to flee a small village as everything she once held dear is torn away. But there's still dreams to be had, a life to live, and she's determined to find excitement and satisfaction in the wide, beckoning world, even if she will be doomed to be alone forever. Or not quite alone, as every year on her birthday, the alluring Luke comes to visit, checking to see if she's ready to give up her soul. The darkly thrilling game stretches through the ages, seeing Addie witness history and fight to regain herself as she crosses ocean and tries on various lives. It will be 300 years before she stumbles into a hidden bookstore and discovers someone who can remember her name, and suddenly everything changes again. So yeah. I am excited. This is a thick book. Like, I literally don't remember it being this thick. It's like over 400 pages. But it's a cute book, and I feel like this is kind of more of a hurting this whole book. Yeah, if you count out the like series that follow behind some of the